What's going on, everybody? It's Oscar time. You know what that means for me. It's just an important time for me being a fan of film and all this other stuff to happen, because we're going to find out which is the best of Hollywood over the past year and stuff. So I can't wait for it to happen. It's only 31 days according to Oscar.go.com. So I'm going to give my predictions. Who will win according to me, and who will win because everybody else wants them to win. So let's just start things off with Best Motion Picture of the Year. We got Avatar, Blindside, District 9, An Education, The Hurt Locker, Inglourious Basterds, Precious, based off the novel Pushed by Sapphire, A Serious Man, Up, and Up in the Air. Now, I personally want The Hurt Locker to win this one, because I saw this one. It was just an incredible film, just the direction and stuff, and just Jeremy Renner being a part of it. I mean, he's a breakout star. I think very low key, because he was in 28 weeks later. But at the same time, I just want to see him become possibly one of the more active in Hollywood. And I hope that with this nomination for The Hurt Locker for Best Picture, he will actually get that chance. But unfortunately, I believe that Avatar will steal it away from him, because everybody's talking about Avatar. I personally have not seen Avatar. I will eventually see it one of these days. I don't know if I'll see it in time, but who knows? With all the buzz, it just might steal away from Hurt Locker, which I'm really hoping it doesn't happen. And one movie I really do not want to see win is Up in the Air. I just saw that movie. That was a load of crap. I am very surprised by the ratings that it got, too. It got like an 8.0 on IMDb. It got like an 88% on my little movie application on my phone. So I have no idea what these people are talking about. I looked at my watch more times than I could ever imagined. It was just me and my two other friends in that movie, because we were just looking for things to do, and my friend was working at his theater, and we just could not pay attention. We almost got up and left. That's a very drastic measure to get up and leave at a movie, because we're big movie buffs, and it just makes me cringe at the fact of that. But yes, The Hurt Locker is my top pick for Best Picture of the year. But unfortunately, I think Avatar will steal away from it. But on to performance by an actor in the leading role. We have Morgan Freeman for Invictus, Jeff Bridges for Crazy Heart, George Clooney for Up in the Air, Colin Firth for The Single Man, and Jeremy Renner for The Hurt Locker. This is another one that I want to see Jeremy Renner win. However, I think it might go to Morgan Freeman, because he just, in every role, he just has that powerful voice that you just want to hear talk throughout the entire film. I did not see Invictus, but I did want to see it. But it's one of those movies I'll probably see once it comes out on DVD or something. Maybe I'll even, Redbox it or even Netflix it or something like that. But we'll see how it goes. And as for George Clooney and Up in the Air, I will continue to say this throughout the thing there, because there's a few nominations for that movie, and I refuse to see that one win. I hated that movie. But however, I do think it'll be kind of funny. Jeff Bridges will actually win an Oscar, because when I think of Jeff Bridges, I think of him as a dude in The Big Lebowski, and that's basically how I see him as. And it's kind of funny to see him in going up for a Best Actor. So that's always kind of funny. Alright, let's go into performance by an actress in a leading role. We have Meryl Streep for Julia and Julia, Sandra Bullock for The Blind Side, Helen Mirren for The Last Stallion, I'm very sorry, I can't really pronounce it too well. Grabari Sidibai, I'm very sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce that. For Precious, and Carrie McGlennon from An Education. I've seen only previews for Julia and Julia. My mother saw it, and I mean, it seems okay, but the fact Julia Child scares me, so I'm not going to say that I want her to win, but I do think that she'll steal it away from Sandra Bullock in The Blind Side, because really the only one I really would actually go for would be probably Sandra Bullock. Not because I think she's hot, which is probably the case, but it just, I don't know. I'll just say Sandra Bullock for my personal pick, but Meryl Streep will probably take home the Oscar. Performed by an actor in a supporting role, we have Christoph Waltz from *Inglourious Basterds*, Christopher Plummer from *The Last Stallion*, Matt Damon for *Invictus*, Stanley Tucci from *The Lonely Bones*, and Woody Harrelson for *The Messenger*. Now, there's only two actors I think it would actually be worthy for Best Supporting Actor, and that would be probably Christoph Waltz. Come on. Come on.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
Need I say more?
Is that the way you say it? That's a bingo.
You just say bingo.
But unfortunately, I think that Matt Damon will take it for Invictus, but who knows with that one. It would be nice to see Harrelson get himself an Oscar, but I doubt he will. For a performance by an actress in a supporting role, we have Penelope Cruz for 9, Vera Farmiga for Up in the Air, Maggie Gyllenhaal for Crazy Heart, Anna Kendrick for Up in the Air, and Monique for Precious, based on the novel. Really, the only thing that really kept my interest for Up in the Air was actually Anna Kendrick, because I thought she was very cute during the entire movie, and that was the only reason why I think that the movie was remotely good, but that's really pushing it for anything I would say positive about that movie, just based on everything else that was really just crap in that movie. However, then there's also Vera, who was just from Up in the Air as well, but I just cannot let myself like this movie just because it was just boring. It was just a sin to sit there. And Monique, I'm sorry, but every time I think about Monique, I always think about from the trailer for Soul Plane. For achievement in directing, we have James Cameron for Avatar, Catherine Bigelow from The Hurt Locker, Quentin Tarantino for *Inglourious Basterds, Jason Reitman, Up in the Air, and Lee Daniels for Precious, based on a novel. I'm very surprised to find out that Jason Reitman actually did Thank You for Smoking, which is a very good movie in my eyes, but he better not win with that one. But everybody, I think, will be pushing for either James Cameron and/or Quentin and or Catherine Bigelow for The Hurt Locker. This one, I'm kind of torn between Hurt Locker and *Inglourious Basterds*, because I really liked *Inglourious Basterds*, but I'm not a big Quentin Tarantino fan, so who knows what will happen with that one. And everything else is just, well, I'll do a bonus one. Everything else will come at the very end, just doing it with everything else. But Best Animated Feature Film of the Year, we have Up, The Princess and the Frog, Coraline, The Fantastic Mr. Fox, and The Secret of Kells. I say no to Fantastic Mr. Fox because George Clooney is in there, and I refuse to see that guy win anything this year. Just because I couldn't stand him in that previous movie. I'd been raging about all the bad rage the entire thing here. But I'm gonna put this to either to Up or Coraline. Let's see what else we got here. Well, I'll just get my views at the very end here. So we'll see what happens in 31 days, and if it goes the way I see it. I mean, I'm pretty good at predicting these things. I've been pretty good, but this year it's very up in the air. I'm not gonna say anything positive about that film. I refuse to. I did not mean to make that pun. That was incredibly dumb of me, and I can't believe I did it. See you in 31 days.
Bingo! How fun!